Hello. Welcome to Forex Central YouTube channel. Your way to financial freedom. For more information, make sure to check our other videos in this channel. Before you continue, make sure to like, press the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell icon to receive notification updates every time we upload new videos. Claim your Forex trading course tutorial videos for free. Just press like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. To receive your free Forex courses, please send us your email address at forexcentralofficial@gmail.com with screenshot of your visit in our YouTube channel. We will send it through your email. Thank you. Now let's go for today's video. Forex Central gives special credit to Mohsen Hassan, CEO of MTG, for sharing his expertise and knowledge in Forex trading. Your dedication and commitment to educating others are truly appreciated. We are grateful for your contribution to this Forex Foundation training course.
In this section, we're going to do some live trading. Now, the purpose of this section is for us to use as much of the things we've learned in practical examples. So things like technical analysis, using the calendar, using a calculator for position sizing, money management, everything that we've learned, or most of the things that we've learned, how are we really going to implement them when we're starting to trade? Because this is one of the things that most of my students request is, well, when we put all of this together, how does it work? Can we see you do it? So this is going to be the part of that. Now, the section isn't, or the objective of this section isn't for me to show you that I can make a lot of money, because this would be very easy to do. I could just record only winning trades and tell you, look, I can make this much money, but that wouldn't be realistic. What I want to do is have a very realistic scenario that you can learn from, right? So what I hope for is for us to get some winning trades and some losing trades, okay? I really hope we don't get just winning trades. I really hope we don't get just losing trades. I hope we get a combination of both. Because when you are trading live and when you get to a certain point, you are going to have some situations where you have a lot of winning trades in a row. You might come in and you have 8 winning trades in a row, and that happens. And sometimes you have 5 losing trades in a row. That could happen too. But those scenarios are less often. What's more often is you have a few winning trades, 1 losing trades, 2 winning trades, another losing trades, 2 losing trades, then a series of 4 winning trades. So you have this, combination of losing and winning trades, which I hope is what we're going to get. I'm going to do a bunch of trades. Basically, it won't be exactly the same trades that I would have wanted in real life because, again, we're recording this video, so I'm going to try and make as many trades as possible. I hope I'm not going to push and get into trades that I might not have wanted too much just for the purpose of the lectures. So hopefully there will be some good opportunities at the moment for me to get into. That being said, when you start trading, please do not start trading live. Start with a simulation account. The only reason I'm doing it live is just to show you how it looks like, which it'll be the exact same thing. It's just some people want to see the live trading. So it will be with live money, but please, when you start, make sure you're doing simulation until you're extremely confident and then go live. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so without any further ado, let's open the MetaTrader account. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in with my live account now. Like I've told you before, you can have multiple sub-accounts. And this was the practice account I had created for this course. Now I'm going to log into another account, a live account that I've also created for this course. I just transferred a bit of money in it and we'll log into it now. So I'm going to go into my website. You can't see this. It's on another screen. It has all my personal information, so I'm going to keep it there. And I'm going to find the sub-account that I just created. I'm going to take the account login. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to take my password that I have for it, and I'm going to put that here. And then lastly, here, if you are trading with Oanda and MetaTrader, you will have the server here. I can see it under my sub account. For me, it's live 2. So I'll go in the server Oanda live 2. So they have different servers based on where you're located. If you're going live, if you're going practice. So this is the account that they have for that sub account. Every time you create a sub account, it might go on a different server, but the one I have here is under this one. So I'll just put all the info here, click login, and here we go. I have now my live account that we're going to be trading with. And this live account here, you see it has $1,000. So you just transferred $1,000 from one of my other accounts. And this is one thing that's nice with Wanda. You can just transfer money between your accounts. I created this new sub account for this course. And then I transferred 1,000 from one of the other accounts to that account. And now we have a fresh account that we're going to start off with. And we're going to be placing some trades starting in the next lecture. Okay, so I'm scrolling through my currencies. I'm leaving the time frame on daily to see if there's something that looks really good on the daily chart. And if something looks really good on the daily chart, then I could take a look into it on a smaller time frame if I want to intraday trade it or if I want to do a little swing trade. But I start off looking on the daily chart most of the time to see if I can find something on there. Now, I just looked at USD CAD, which we've been looking at throughout this course, and we've already drawn all these trend lines and supports. And look at this. I have the USD CAD that's been trading in this range here for a bit, and right now just dropped and is hanging on the support level here that we've drawn throughout this course in the technical analysis section. And you see, as soon as it dropped here, it just stayed on this support that we have previously drawn. So it looks like a good place to buy if we're trading off technicals, and that's on the daily chart. Now, you could just place a trade on the daily chart and just enter here, have a stop loss a bit lower. But depending on your time frame and what type of trader you want to be, that might be too long of a time frame. For example, if you would have bought here, that would have been beginning of October. And if you would have sold here, you would have sold in beginning of January, which is literally 3 full months here to execute this trade. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing because this is a lot of profits from $1.27 all the way up to $1.36. This is huge, right? This is huge. But if you don't want to, wait for such big movements, you want to trade on a shorter time frame. Now, for the purpose of this course, I want to trade on a shorter time frame because I want to finish recording this lecture and upload it. If I input my trades and I have to wait 3 months for them to, get executed, this course is never going to be up. So I don't want to trade on this time frame, but you might want to trade on that. So, for example, my business has a lot of revenue that comes in from US dollars. And I live in Canada, so I use Canadian dollars. So I'm very aware of USD CAD fluctuations. And whenever we're, getting at a high level around here, I'm always selling all the USD I have, converting to Canadian. Whenever I'm somewhere low like this, I'm not converting the USD and I'm holding on to it for a bit. So, when you get used to a currency like this, you kind of know the ranges and the zones, when it's cheap, when it's expensive. So at this time, I know that I don't want to exchange a lot of my USD for CAD. I'm leaving it for a bit now. And right now in my trading, I actually think that USD is undervalued to CAD and it should gain more value. Thus, more CADs would be required to exchange for $1 of USD. This being said, I want to buy on the support level. Now, I'm going to look at a different time frame. I'm going to look at a 4-hour chart. But you know what? Sorry. Before looking at a different time frame, now that I have an idea that I want to trade USD CAD, I just want to make sure if there's news or not, real quickly. Okay. So I go on my calendar. Okay. And in my calendar, I see that today, June 10, 2019. Let me take a look here. The only thing where we have, really critical news is on the pound sterling, okay, which is not what we're trading. Let me take a look if there's something coming tomorrow. Still only pound sterling. So that's cool. I have no issues getting in a trade on USD CAD today. Now I'm going to look at different time frames. I want to look at the 4-hour charts, which you will see the trend lines and everything that I've drawn. They're still there. And I want to take a look at the 1-hour chart. If I can find something on the hour chart, I'll trade this chart because it's a way tighter range. Okay. And I see here that, okay, if this is going to be my buy, where would I put my stop and where would I put my take profit? I don't want to put it somewhere high here again because it's too far. But I see here that there was a support at this level. And that support broke. And we know what happens when a support breaks, it becomes a resistance. And you see it's around the 134, it's at the 134 level. So at a round number like usual. So I'm just gonna draw a trend line here. Okay, again, you can see that prices, there was resistances here, then it broke, it became a support. Now we broke again, and now we're hanging over here. So what I want to do is I want to get into a long position. I'm going to use this here to just draw it out for me. I want to buy right now at the price it's at now. Okay, and then, and let me zoom in now. Then I want to put my take profit just below this resistance line, okay? Because I think the price can go up, and I actually believe that in the long term, in several months, it might go up all the way up. It might. But I want to do a short-term trade. I want to be in, I want to be out, and then I want to do more trades. So I'm going to put my take profits somewhere around here. Because the price might come, hit this resistance level now, and come back down. So what I want to do is get out of it real quickly. So if it comes back down, maybe I buy it again and sell it again. And I trade as much as I can like this. So at about this level is where I will be going out. And this makes about 100, you can see it here, 126 pips in profit. Okay, now the loss, because the most important thing is the loss. That's how we're going to calculate what's the position that we're going to get in, right? Based on the loss. So where would I put my stop loss? I could put it somewhere just below this support, and this will give me a big position because it's I'll put it very tight. Example, if I put it like this at 32 pips, my position sizing formula will tell me to buy a lot, but I want to make sure that I don't get stopped out. Imagine it just goes down and comes back up right away. I want to make sure I don't get stopped out. So you know what? I'll look here at 132. This is the next support level or round number that I see. And I'll put it just below that. So just below 132. So maybe at 131.96. So maybe the price is just going to break this support level and come here and then come back right away. In case this happens, I want my stop to be far enough that I don't just get stopped out and then the price comes back to me. So this looks good to me. So 72 pip loss potential and 126 pip potential profits. And if I look at it, I'm going to look at it on a 4-hour chart. And this is what it would look like. Entry here, exit here, and stop loss here, which makes sense. You see here at 131, there's also some kind of support here, slash resistance. You can see it here. So it would be a good place to put my stop just below that. All right. So I am confident. And let's actually look at it on a daily chart. You see on a daily chart, I am just doing this mini trade here from this level to here or here for a loss. So little trade. Perfect. Everything makes sense. Now let's see how much of this I should buy. Okay, I have here, and let me put it down. I have my entry price, which will be at the current price, which is 132.67. I have my stop loss, which will be at 131.96, and my take profit, which will be at 133.94. Now, what I need to take is my entry price and my stop loss to calculate my position sizing. Okay, so I'll get the position sizing calculator from here, and I'll enter all the required information to see what's the lot size that I should use. Okay, so account currency is Canadian. That's what I'm trading with. Account size, I put $1,000 Canadian in there. And this is why I'm using this, because I didn't put USD dollars. I put Canadian. I'm not using the Excel sheet because the Excel sheet works only if your account currency and the base currency is the same. In this situation, it's not, because the base currency is USD and my account currency is CAD. So I'm using this website to do my position sizing, which is what I recommend you use as well. Now, risk. I'm risking 2%, right? Risk ratio percentage. Switch to money? No. So it's in percentage. Okay. Stop loss in pips. So I can look at the chart here, and I can use these prices that I've looked at to calculate my how many pips. But I can actually look at it from here. You see that the stop loss is 72 pips away, 72.1 pips away. So I can come here and put it 72.1. Just put 72. That's the same. Currency. So what did we say? We said USD CAD. That's the currency I'm trading. USD, and where's CAD here? Oops. Don't have my glasses. Okay, USD calculate. Here we go. So if I want to use 20 bucks, I should trade this amount, 0.02. Now, it's very close to 0.03, okay? So what I am going to do is I'm just going to round it up to 0.03. Usually, I always recommend rounding it down, because now if I actually lose, I will lose more than $20 because I'm trading more than what I should trade. But since, and let me zoom in here. But since it's so close to 3, I'll just use 0.03. Usually if I had 0.023, 0.025, I would also round it down. But now it's so close that I'll just use that. But just keep in mind that if you do round up slightly, you will lose slightly more than your optimal amount. So I'll use this 0.03. That's how much I'm going to buy. Okay. So I go on my MetaTrader. I know that I want to buy USD CAD right away. I'm in my live account. You can see here. I'll go and see USD CAD. You see that right now USD, it is here. USD CAD is here. Okay, so USD CAD, I'll just open the chart. Okay, and I'm just going to place a market order because I just want to buy it. I know that the current price is the price where I want to buy. So I don't need to place a limit order waiting for it to go to a certain price. I just want to get in. So I'll place a new order. I'll do this by clicking on new order here. And I have here USD CAD, perfect. Volume 0.03 lots. Then I could put simultaneously as I enter my trade. Remember, I can market execution, get it right away. Or I can do pending order, which is a limit order where I place the order and I wait until the price gets somewhere so I can get filled. I'm going market, like I've just said. Simultaneously, as I get filled, I can send my stop loss and my take profit order, which I'll do right now because I know where they are. So let me just open my TradingView right now and see here the prices. Okay, so I have my stop loss at 1.3196, like we said, and my take profit at 1.33946. Here we go. Buy market, yes. And I bought my position. So you'll see here that my trade just got executed right away, right? And I have here my buy, which is where I just bought at. I have my take profit here. You see it says TP, and there's this red dotted line. And if I go down here, you see here there's my stop loss. So if the price comes here, I'm going to be taking a loss. If the price goes up here, I'm going to be taking a profit. You can see here at the bottom, you have the buy, 0.03, USD CAD, the price, you have the stop loss, the take profit, and you'll see at the end the profit here, which is I'm losing 30 cents because I just got into the trade, and if I get out, I'm hitting the bid, so losing that. You have your balance, your equity, other numbers down here. You have your exposure now, where it tells me that I'm exposed to CAD, okay, at the moment, and then you have account history, which now, since I haven't closed any trades, there's really nothing here yet. And you have your journal, which will have your trades and all of that stuff. So you can take a look at all of these things here. So what I'll do now is I'll just let this trade play out. It might take a few hours or it might take a few days for it to either reach the stop loss or take profit. When it does that and it reaches either of these points, I'll record another video and I'll put it with this one. So we see how it actually played out. So I'll see you guys when this trade closes. Hey guys, so I'm back here to go over my Loonie trade, so USD CAD. I got filled on my take profit yesterday, so I just want to go over it now to see what happened. So we entered as we were hitting the support level here, which we actually had from the daily chart, and I can zoom out here. So I had this range playing out on the daily chart. We wanted to get in an entry because that's a pretty good entry just on the support level. We didn't want to hold it for the whole move up because we want to do some shorter term trading. So we went on the 4-hour chart and we took the trade there. So we had our take profit at this level and we had our stop loss at this resistance level here. So I got filled on it yesterday. Now let's go over in our MetaTrader account and see how much money we've made on this one. So if I go on MetaTrader, you can see here in account history, I can click on that. And you'll see in account history, I have my, so all my trades are executed now that I've recorded here. And USD CAD, my buy, I bought 0.03 lots. And this was my entry price, my stop loss, and my take profit. And you see here, can I put USD CAD? Well, you can't see the orders anymore because they're executed, but you can see here that it's green, means that I did my take profit is the one that got triggered, not my stop loss. So I made money on it. And then if I go all the way until the end, here's the amount of profits that I made, which is $37.53. So 37 bucks. That's amazing profit on a trade like this, because you got to remember you're trading with $1,000, right? So when you're making $37 on $1,000, that's 3.7% return, right? 37 bucks divided by 1,000 times 100, that gives you 3.7% return. You can imagine that some people invest very long term and they make yearly, 7-8% returns, right? Well, that's 3.7 on one trade, which is amazing, right? Which is really good. So because some people, when they look at this, like, oh, it's only $37. Well, yeah, but the balance was 1,000. So you got to think in terms of percentage, right? So if you're trading with 100,000, right, this would be way bigger. So you gotta always think in percentage. It's not because you have a smaller balance, then you gotta look at your dollar value and be like, oh, well, it's so small. No. You don't want to take huge risks. I could have doubled my position and bought 0.06. So instead of 2% max loss per trade, I would have put 0.4%. So double. So that would have made me buy double the amount. So I would have made double the amount. But the problem with that is, yes, you make more money, but there's the risk that when you lose more money as well. And as a beginner trader, your objective is going to be to take the least amount of risk possible, right? I tell you, in this business, you do not become successful by taking on more risk than you think you should. It's by taking on less risk. Your main focus is reducing risk. So whatever money you make is good, right? But reduce your risk so you don't lose. You don't lose a big amount. You can lose small amounts. That's part of the game, but you don't lose a big amount. So yeah, that's a very good trade. 3.7% on one trade is extremely good. Okay, that was and you see it really played out how we thought. This was a very big support. And USD CAD is one of my favorite currencies. I've said that before because a lot of my funds come from US dollar sources. So I always time my entries and my exit when I convert my money. So I see it playing it out. So I know that this price was a very low price considering, historically how it's been moving recently. So very good entry, very good exit. And that's a very simple trade that you can do based on support line and resistance lines. Very simple, very straightforward. You calculate how much you want to buy, how much you want to buy based on your risk and where you want to put your stop loss. You enter your trade, you have your stop and your take profit already in there. So you can leave them and you let them play out. You don't need to, stress about it. It plays out. And when it plays out, you can log in and see it in your account. There's nothing more for you to do after placing those orders. So that being said, that was the trade. I'm pretty happy with it. And I'll see you guys in the next lecture. So the next trade here is going to be on Euro USD. I'm scrolling through my currencies here, and I found this pretty solid downtrend on Euro USD. So I have it on the 4-hour chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it on a 1-hour chart so I can see if there's any smaller time frame ranges that I can trade. And again, looks pretty solid here. What I want to do is I want to enter somewhere at the resistance here. So I could place a limit order, but to be honest, where we're at now, we're so close and it already hit the resistance and bounced back off of it. So it might not even come to retest it. It might continue down, or it might, retest it, or it might break up. But since we're so close, I'm just going to get in it right now instead of placing a limit order. I'll just execute it with a market order. Now, where would I put my stop loss? Where would I put my take profit? So stop loss, I could put it somewhere very tight here, right? Or if I want to be less risky, which is what I always like to do, I'll put it above the next round number, somewhere around here, right? You can see here that even at 134, kind of a bit of a support resistance. So I'll put it just above here. Now, as for my take profit, I can see here there's a bunch of other supports. So we have a trend, a downtrend, but there's kind of like a triple bottom here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, we have like a triple bottom. So I wouldn't obviously want to hold until all the way down here, because you see we bounce off of it here, we bounce off here again, and we bounce off here again. And what price is that? This is literally just on the 111, right? So at $1.11, that's where it's at. So my line is not exactly at that price, but you can see here, if I can just move it a bit, it's at 111, okay? Now, that being said, do I want to hold all of this? Again, I'm trading on a 1 hour chart. If I would have traded on the 4 hour or even on a longer term, I might want to hold all of this. But again, for the purpose of this lecture, I want to have very small trades so I can finish them in a few days or in a week. I don't want to hold something for a month in this lecture. So I'll go on the hourly chart. I'll see if there's any other supports that I can buy just above of, because I also want to make some money simultaneously. I want to do a good trade. And you can see here that there's some kind of a support here as well, right? You can see here, and this is at what price? It is at 112. So there's another round number, right? We have prices who bounce off of this. It was a resistance. We broke over it, and we had one bounce off of it. So, there's a likelihood that it bounces off of it. So, you know what? If I'm to get out, and I could have, tried to buy somewhere around here. If I'm to get out and I want a very small trade, this is the closest support, I'll just buy above it. So I'll take my profit here. So this is going to be a short position. I'm going to enter right now. And my take profit here, let's put this all here. My take profit is going to be just above this support. So somewhere around here, which is about 66 pips. And my stop loss is going to be, well, now this looks a little bit far as a stop loss because I'm only making this much profit. If I was to trade, this full range, I would have put my take profit somewhere here and my stop loss somewhere here. And this would have made a lot of sense. 85 pip stop, 192 pip profit, looks pretty good. But now I just want to make a way smaller trade, get out here. So I'll kind of put my stop maybe a bit lower as well. So let's put it somewhere around. The problem here is that there isn't any other resistances. There's no other resistances. The closest resistance is the 114 that I see here. So I'm kind of stuck putting it here. So we'll do this. We'll do a trade where my stop is going to be at 84 pips and my take profit is going to be at 56 pips. Now, ultimately, on this trade, in my way of trading, I do have a lot of longer term trades as well. I really would have wanted to take the full profit here. For the purpose of this course, let's leave it at this. But for you, keep that in mind. Now, this being said, it's a good opportunity to talk about something. A lot of traders, what they do is they say, and when I'm talking about traders, I'm talking about retail traders, people from home, people on YouTube, which don't trade professionally. They think that the only way for you to be successful, if your take profit is always twice as much as your stop loss. So example, if you have 100 pip potential loss, then you need to make at least 200 pips in profit. That's not the case, because it doesn't only depend on how much profit and loss you're taking, but the probability that you lose or the probability that you win. So I might have something like this where, yes, if I lose, I'll lose more than if I win, but my odds of winning are so much higher that if I repeat this trade so often, I'm going to win so many times that even when I lose these few times and I lose more, it's okay, because in the long term, I'm making more than I'm losing. So it's not just about how big it is, but the probability that it happens. Anyways, this is going to be the trade. So I already looked at my calendar and I know there's no news on Euro USD. So I'll get my Forex calculator here, my position sizing calculator. And let's see, the currency that of my account is still CAD, $1,000, 2%, that's all good. The pip loss is 84.5, so 84.5. And then what currency am I trading? Euro USD. So let's take a look here. Euro USD. Okay, calculate. And this is the current, what do we have here? Calculate. Current, okay, this is for CAD. Okay, so here it is. So 0.018, again, it's so close to 2, I'll round it to 2, 0.02. This is how many lots I'm gonna get. Perfect, so I'll go on my Wanda account here, and I'm going to find my currency, Euro USD. Let's see if it's here. First one, open chart, and let's zoom in here. Okay, so I know that I want to short right away, so I'll place a new order. Again, it's a market order, again, market execution. It's going to be a sell, remember, because we're shorting, we're selling it. Now, my stop loss is going to be higher. It's going to be at what I've put up there, 1.14028. And then my take profit is going to be lower, which is going to be at 1.12528. That's what I put here. Okay. Sell, oh, not 0.3, sorry, 0.2. I was almost going to make a mistake. So 0.02 lots, okay? And I'm ready to sell. Click on sell. Good, it's done. And you already see it. I already have my position. I have entered here, and you can see this is my sell. You can see my stop loss is higher. If the price goes up, I'll take my loss. If the price goes down, I'll take my profit. And you can see now I have my two positions here. I have my buy and my sell. This is my long position. This is my short position. And here we go. You can see the profit on each of them, the total profit on both of them. You can see the other numbers. Same thing with this trade as with the other one. I'll let it play out. And once the trade is executed and I'm out of the trade, I'll continue the video and we'll see how this plays out. Hey guys, so I'm back here to go over my trade on the Euro USD currency pair. So we had a order here. We actually, not an order, we got filled right away. If I remember, we sent a market order. We got filled on a short position at this price here. And our take profit was down here and our stop loss was over here. So what happened is the currency pair actually went up. It hit the resistance level that we have here another time and then went down. And I remember I wanted to potentially just put my short order here and try and get a better price, because if I did get a better price, I would have been able to buy a bit short a bit more, and then I would have made more money. But I didn't want to potentially miss it because this could have just went down right away. So we entered right away here, which is good. Now the price did drop and I got out because I had to take profit here. So I got out at this price. So we'll actually go over it here real quick. I have my MetaTrader account open. And then if you go in account history, you see the trades that were executed. And here is my Euro USD trade, which got executed. I can see the price, I can see the stop price and the limit price. And here's Euro USD. And I can see that the take profit price is green because I got filled on my take profit, not on my stop loss. And how much money I made is $16. Great, right? $16 on a $1,000 account is 1.6% return on only one trade. That's amazing. Imagine having a bunch of trades like that. Pretty cool. Okay. Now, I did get out here. I could have held it longer if I wanted to. So example, you see this very solid downtrend, right? You see it here. So I could have just held expecting it to go down even further because there is here a support line here. So I could have potentially tried to make more money. I could have said, look, I want to make this amount of money. And if this trade wasn't for the purpose of this course, I might have done that because this looks like a very solid downtrend and we might really drop all the way down here. Or you could have even looked at another support. There's another smaller support around this level here, which is right here. So I could have just held a bit longer until here. Really depends on you, but for the purpose of this course, I wanted shorter term trades. So if you want to do short term trades, you tighten a bit how much money you're making and how much money you're losing, and you make more trades like that. So I didn't want to wait, this might take a few days longer. It might take a week longer to reach. And I just want to finish recording this course so I can upload it. So I wanted something tight, and I wanted just, this amount of profit at the nearest support line. I didn't want to, potentially have to go through several supports and it taking longer. Example, if I short here and I wanted to wait all the way down to here, it takes a while, right? But if I want to short here and just want to take a small trade and it's very fast, then I could take that money and use it elsewhere on another trade as well. So it's not necessarily always better to hold longer, but it's not also necessarily better to just have shorter term trades. It really depends on you and how active you want to be and how much time you have to devote to this. If you're doing a 9 to 5 and you're working and you have a family or whatever, then you just want to enter here and put a take profit somewhere further and just make all that money. It takes a while. It takes several days. It takes a week, 2 weeks, but it's cool. You have that time and you have multiple trades simultaneously. So it's not the end of the world. But for our case, we did take a small trade. But even with that small trade, a 1.6% return on a trade is pretty good. So I'm happy with it. And you see, this is a very simple trade. And this is the type of trades I recommend you start trading based on. So based on supports, resistances, something very obvious that you can see on your chart and other people can see. And you gain experience doing simple trades like this. And you know what? Simple trades are often some of the best trades. So that was the Euro USD trade. And I'll see you guys in the next lecture.